Let's tell a perfectly imperfect story. First, we need a setting. The 90s seems like a good place to start. November 8th, to be a bit more specific, but not too specific with the year. Gotta leave some mystery under the surface of it all.
Get her!
Location, Michigan. The small town of Marysville.
Which would be about right here.
Now we need a hero. Honestly, I don't really want to call him a hero. After all, he won't even be the one to save the day in the end. Let's call him Michael. No, Mitchell. The name means who is like God. That might very well be the question we answer by the end of this story. Okay, back to Mitchell. Let's give him blonde hair, blue eyes, and enough pride to conquer a continent. How about a snaggletooth, just like Nanny McPhee, and a dash of scoliosis? But he seems lonely. Let's give him a big family. What, 5 siblings? I'm sure that's considered a lot some places, but let's double that just for fun. Yes, much better. Now let's see who he will be on the inside. Typically growing up, you would look to your parents to help form your identity. So what about them? Let's make the dad a pastor. No, wait, a camp director, and a volunteer fireman, truck driver, and a safety manager. No, not all at once. That's ridiculous. But over time, he'll wear many hats over the course of the story, which plays out just fine for Mitchell. He receives the gift of a hat at such a young age and quickly learns to wear many, just like his father. What about Mitchell's mom? How does she affect Mitchell's character? What if she was like Wonder Woman?
Is she with you?
I thought she was with you.
She was a teacher first to all of her kids, a wife to a super busy husband.
I love you.
I know.
And she has so many creative ideas in her head that she rarely gets the time to ever act upon. Let's take all those flaws and strengths from both parents, and you've got a well-rounded character for our story. But what's the problem in the story?
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Everybody knows you need to have conflict. It's been a universal rule since the Garden of Eden. Thanks a lot, Adam.
Adam!
But what kind of conflict should we hone in for this story? We could have a small handful of injuries. Like, as a child, he could fall out of his bunk bed. We could break his leg in middle school. And how about bursting his appendix later on in life when he doesn't have any health insurance? Sure, these are good problems, but they don't drive the narrative forward. Well, we did say that his dad was a pastor, so what if his faith was part of the conflict? Now hear me out. Let's say the family gets kicked out of a church for all the wrong reasons. Churches are notorious for chewing up and spitting out pastors. This could work really well. Actually, let's do it more than once. We could even kick him off of a missionary trip, too.
You know what, Napoleon? You can leave.
Now that's a conflict that could really bring him to a breaking point. But we're not that far into the story, so let's go back just a little bit. The story needs a villain. We already said that churches have hurt him, so pastors could be the villain.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 15 years since my last confession.
Wow.
Wow.
But I don't like that as the overall theme. What about Satan? Sure, he's a villain, but truthfully, I don't want to give him a spotlight. No. I've got it. What if Mitchell was the villain in his own story? Maybe he wants to be perfect.
Hi, how are you?
And that unnatural drive for perfection pushes away so many of the people around him.
You need to stay away from me.
He could hurt the people he loves the most.
Breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow.
We could even have him be so discontent with his faith.
So, you think they have enough? Well, they don't. For humans, enough is never enough.
Good. What if he was viewed as a monster? Maybe a sociopath, the narcissistic.
You're a monster!
Is that going too far? Maybe so. But let's not forget that Mitchell isn't the hero here. Speaking of the hero, the foundation for this story is fairly solid, and I'm curious, where's the mentor in all this?
What do you mean?
Mitchell will have major trust issues with humans.
Emotional damage!
But we can still give him a plethora of men and women that speak truth and love in much needed chapters of his life. He'll know and understand the concept of wisdom and community from such a young age, and will dial it up
go to 11.
But again, humans will fail him. We'll make sure of that in this story.
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral.
I think it's about time we bring God into the story. He's the mentor, after all. Not that he wouldn't have been here up until this point. He's the creator of the world, for Pete's sake. But how would God be a good guide to Mitchell in the story? We already know that Mitchell will have villainistic tendencies, and no matter how much he wants to be a perfect person, that is so completely unachievable. The mentor character typically enters the story when our protagonist is broken into pieces.
Will you take a look at that? Pretty pathetic, huh?
So let's break Mitchell. He'll stumble across pornography at a young age and believe he needs to hide it for the rest of his life.
That way you can't be tempted.
Let's have him go looking for a perfect church, but realize in the end it's just insanity, even if he thinks that he found the perfect one. His imperfection would ruin all of it. Ooh, how about when he thinks about heaven? Let's make him terrified of it instead of excited. And on top of all of that, make sure divorce is heavily involved. Yes, what about the lies that he's believed up until this point?
You sit on a throne of lies.
Like he isn't worthy to be loved, or that his voice isn't needed, that his skills aren't useful.
We all have something that makes us something, and Emmett is... nothing.
He'll think he's a waste of time, resources, and space.
You're what the French call les incompetents. What?
Yeah, that'll break him for sure. Pretty soon, he'll have to come to the conclusion that he's helpless. And that's exactly where God will meet him. At the end of himself. God the Father will embrace him. God the Son will speak infinite truth to him.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
And God the Spirit will infuse his broken body. And just like that, Mitchell will now be redeemed. Wait, that's not the end.
What?
Now it's kissing again. You don't want to hear that.
I don't mind so much.
What, are you kidding me? This is where the story gets good. God, right then, right there, gives him a calling.
I'm ready. Promotion.
That's Christianese for a special job. To go out, seek, serve, and love those who are lost.
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion.
Let's say Mitchell does that special job here and there, but he refuses to do it completely.
No, I don't want to do that.
You're going to have a great time.
No.
You might meet some new people.
No.
You can even make some new friends.
No. No.
Remember, we gave him deep scars from imperfect people. Somehow that will be enough for him to not go all in. Well, this next chapter would mimic what I'd like to call a Jonah situation. No, Jonah, not Jonas. Let's say Mitchell leaves the state.
Got here?
You know what? He just left.
He literally crosses state lines. Just like Jonah going the opposite direction. Time after time, he would hop from job to job, looking for something that he enjoyed doing that aligned with his gifts. Except for the one job that God gave to him to do.
You had one job.
Just the one.
Well, you know how Jonah got put inside a giant fish? Let's put Mitchell in a cookie and cracker factory. I know it's not the same, but work with me here. As Mitchell stands there with mind-numbing activity, let's stir up his heart. Maybe he gets excited about loving others again, sharing stories, and leading others to the light. Next, let's push him to start his own business.
I mean, how hard can that be?
Was that what God was calling him to do? Maybe for a page or two of the story, but that's still not the end of the story. Truth be told, this could all end in so many different ways. I'm sure Mitchell's hopeful and anticipating much to come his way, but he's still relatively naive.
What are we talking about?
Each day he still puts on a hat, just as Linus carries his security blanket, but the question still needs to be answered. Who is like God? Is that Mitchell? Well, if we searched long and hard, we'd see that Mitchell has some minor reflections of God's character. but definitely not perfectly. But just like we said at the beginning, this is a perfectly imperfect story. Well, actually, this is my perfectly imperfect story. So that begs the question, what's yours?